This is my article for the fourth week of April 2013. This is Tom Goolsby, and the article is entitled Sensible Drug Testing for Work First, Cash, and Training. Government has truly become Big Daddy in many people's minds. Nothing proves this claim more than recent arguments on the floor of the North Carolina Senate regarding Senate Bill 594. The proposed legislation is simple. It requires a drug test in order for individuals to receive work-first cash benefits and job training. However, to hear liberal politicians rail against the law, one would think that supporters of the legislation were forcing the poor out into the streets. Instead, the bill goes out of its way to protect the rights of qualified individuals to receive temporary assistance for their needy families and to provide job instruction under this federally funded, state-run program. The number one qualification is that applicants do not abuse drugs. Think about it. What would a person addicted to drugs do with cash payments that they receive under the program? These cash payments are not insubstantial. In fact, qualifying families can get a one-time payment equivalent of up to 3 months' worth of work-first benefits in cold hard cash. How effective would any employment training program be if the job seeker is high and addicted to crack, heroin, crystal meth, or any other drug? The bill has several safeguards to make sure that individuals who are serious about the Work First program are allowed to participate. First, if you test negative for drugs, the legislation requires the program to reimburse you for the cost of the test that runs around $50. Second, if you test positive for drugs, you won't be accepted into the program, but you can resubmit an application after 1 year. However, in the meantime, you can enter into a drug treatment program. If you successfully complete it and retest negative for drugs, you can then qualify for Work First in a shorter time period. Now, opponents to the bill complained about how unfair it was to ask applicants to demonstrate that they're not addicted to drugs. Further, they claim that drug testing was not necessary based on a somewhat similar law in Florida. In the Sunshine State, 98% of the applicants passed the drug test. Opponents to the proposed law claim that this was proof positive that no change was needed. Now just sit back for a minute and think about the lunacy of this argument. You would have to be high on drugs to apply for a program and spend $50 on a test you know you'll fail. In fact, 2% of the applicants were apparently high and fell into that category. The bottom line is this: demanding a drug test in order to receive cash benefits and job training offered by this Work First program just makes common sense. Sheer logic dictates that in order to receive the most benefit from any government program, the limited funds should go to the most qualified individuals. Drug use is not and never will be an indicator of potential success in the job market. The most effective way to weed out applicants who can make the best use of our taxpayer money in a program like Work First is to mandate a drug test as an initial qualifier. It is truly the height of absurdity that there's even an argument put forth against this well-reasoned bill, unless government really is our Big Daddy and he likes to pay for his kids' drug habits. I'm Tom Goolsby, a state senator, practicing attorney and law professor, and I'm co-chair of Senate Judiciary I Committee.